Let's freaking go! He's back at it again, making some art. Pewdiepie has made a freaking manga, or he tried to make one. We're gonna see if he did. If he did, I think I might buy one. I might have to make a manga. He's outdoing me as an artist. Pewdiepie's about to make like 90% of the artists on the internet feel super insecure just because he's doing shit. And you know what? You know why he can do shit? It's because he's always been doing shit. Should I say shit on my channel? I don't know. He's always been doing stuff. He's always been making stuff. And people might get really resentful at that because he's doing stuff. But he's really, really good at creating things because that's what YouTube is. It's all about creating. But when he stepped back and started doing less videos, it allowed him to take that creativity and put it into something else. So he's freaking doing it again, and I'm down for it. I'm gonna react to the video he just made, and we'll see what he does.
How hard can it be?
This is a lot harder than I thought. What have I done? This is insane.
But first, I need supplies. And in Japan, I am very spoiled with that.
Holy crap. Okay, so yeah, stories are gonna be hard to do. But he does a lot of reading, so that's gonna be... Storyboarding requires a lot of drawing. And hopefully, like, I want to try and, like, watch this video and see if I can... See if it's something I want to do or try and do. That would be funny if I did that. But I want to learn from him and see what I can learn.
This actually turned out to be the easiest bit. I don't know why.
Wow. Dang. I like it. Storyboard actually isn't too bad because they're just quick sketches, but some of these are good drawings. For preliminary ones?
I was originally thinking like a 14, but this is looking more like 50. I don't know, 52, 54. It feels super exciting though. I think it has a lot of soul. The art might be really bad, but I love the story. As you can tell, there's not going to be any speaking. There's not going to be any dialogue because I just prefer it that way. I think it's a simple story, but I also wanted to leave it to the interpreter, you know, like make it feel like your story.
Okay.
And make what you want out of it.
I like that. I like that's what he's doing. It's mostly just pictures.
I should just start drawing, honestly.
Not too much writing.
I have a lot of drawing to do. It dawned on me very quickly that this project is going to take a very long time. My goal was to finish within a month. And in order to keep that goal, I have to start drawing.
You gotta do a lot of drawing.
I had 20 minutes. Gotta make it count when you're dead.
I cannot dilly-daddle. I gotta start drawing.
Cannot dilly-daddle.
Start drawing. We got 3 different types
Oh
of
my
paper.
gosh.
This one's a little thicker.
I might have to do this.
If you don't draw, maybe you're like...
I have a project to work on art.
So I think I need to do some research how actual manga artists do it. I feel like I'm not trying to be
Yeah.
perfectionist or anything, but I think if I do some research now, I
You
will
want to
save
look
myself
consistent.
a lot of issues later. And I also don't like how white this paper is.
This is the paper I like. But also this paper is going fast because Björn is. Throughout this process, I had many mental breakdowns. I thought this thing would be fun. I'm just gonna draw a little bit. I'm running out of time already. I'm starting to sketch out
When did he start this?
Things
Is
a
what
bit
I'm
more
wondering.
detail, but I realized, like, oh, actually I want this here. And then I realized, oh, actually I want this there. So I'm just laying it out now. And I'm
Sounds
already
fun
gonna
to
change
me,
all this. But I kind of need to get going. So I'll fix it later. We'll keep going.
Yep,
This is
keep
a
going.
lot harder than I thought. I think it's just getting it right, like getting the flow, like going from one place and then transitioning and then timing the pages. It's supposed to be a boy, right? But I'm so used to drawing adults, so like I have to redraw every time. I'm like, it doesn't look like a child. Like now he's tall all of a sudden. I gotta get in the zone. I gotta get in the zone and just
Gotta
draw.
draw.
Stop asking me. Everything
Honestly,
was just harder than I thought. Just drawing line work.
I would do this digitally for sure, because that way you can lay everything out, and even if you just like draw it, scan it in, and lay it out, and then you would know what needs to be redrawn. What I'm thinking is what I would do, as of right now. Like I haven't ever done a manga or a comic book or anything, but just thinking about how I would plan it out would be like draw even placeholder art and just get through it, and then find the worst parts, and some things are like good enough I can come back and maybe redo it later.
Traced my own sketches before, and I know this from my anime studio. Just tracing, that's in itself is such a skill, and I was failing miserably.
Oh yeah.
I also bought the wrong brushes. I bought watercolor ones, which messed me up so bad.
This page is probably the most fun one to look at because it has so many different shades. But the blending of it's
I think it looks good.
horrible. Like, why? I don't want it to blend.
Get some
I want
Micron.
it smooth.
And then we
Micron
went
brush
back to
pens.
the art store for the 500th time because I needed more
Mine
supplies.
go to.
Okay, so I brought the whole dang thing because they have this selection of cutouts. So I hope that I can. I'm hoping I can just like match so I get exactly.
These shading tones. I had never used these before.
Those
and of
look
course,
like a
it
pain
was
to
way
use.
harder than I thought.
Because I'm gonna just do a test. So I'm cutting through. It's not very satisfying to cut. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, just for now, we'll do here. Oh, it just attaches. That's actually very satisfying. And you can't
hard.
see it at all. Okay, well now you can. That's kind of cool actually. Gotta make sure you don't get bubbles actually. This is just a test, I'm not keeping it. That's kind of interesting. I'm not hating.
But at some point,
A cow. So it'll be like mountain and then it kind of like zooms in on the boy. I am gonna change this one. I don't really love this, but we're going with it.
Good
I don't know if I
mountain.
have to change. So he's gonna climb up, then there's gonna be like a breathing room, kind of quiet, and then boom. What is that? Big reveal of Tiger. Tiger growls in his face. Boy, again, it's just like,
I like how
whoa.
simple it is.
And that's all I got so far.
All right, another day today. My goal is to finish the
Just
draft.
simple.
I think I'm like
Just a one and done story.
Maybe halfway, 2/3. So I'm gonna finish the draft today, or a rough draft. I'm just gonna have to work hard, not overthink it. I laugh because I always do. The only text in the story is in Japanese, so therefore, official manga. Y'all
Official
semantic
manga.
nerds can beat it. It's made in Japan and it's in Japanese. I actually really like the story. Am I allowed to like my own story? I think it's great. I'm so happy how it's turning out. It's just so fun. It's like a manga, but it's not really your cliche kind of manga. So I think it'll be fun. Anyway, let's keep hustling.
All right, let me stop real quick. So far, what I like about what he's doing here is that he's keeping it simple, not overthinking the world building. He's just telling one story. And usually when I get in my head about if I was to do that, I'm like, oh, I just don't know what the story would be or how long it would be or how I'd have to build it. And I like that he's just doing the one story, keeping it simple. And it's kind of making me want to try it out. I personally would probably do this digitally or draw it traditionally and then scan it in and then lay it out that way. And then redraw it if I need to.
That's a beefy boy. I'm out of paper.
Got a beefy book.
What have I done?
It's out of paper again.
I'm gonna ink all days? What was I thinking? I haven't even finished it. I'm
It's
working
kind of
on it.
overwhelming,
Like,
actually.
I need to draw this. And this page feels very empty. There's still work to do. I'm hoping inking will just be a breeze. I know that's not the case, but I can
You
still
get pops
hope,
a
okay?
little steak
I'll
away
just
from your
fly
dog.
through the inking.
Inking is killing me. Why every time I
Draw
do
him at
something,
that angle.
it's like, no,
It's a good angle
I
to
gotta
draw.
do more. It's like, no, I'm not gonna draw digital. I'm gonna draw it with ink. No, I'm not gonna do 14 pages. I'm gonna do 30 billion pages actually. So this will be the cover. I have not inked it yet. Then we have
Oh, I
first
like it
panel,
so
which I
far.
think turned out really nice. You see him there and then it'll be like, I
Man,
think
this
he
is
needs more
good.
detail. Maybe I'll make him gray. I haven't used any grayscale yet. I know. Then look at him here.
Composition's
He's all
great.
fucking
Holy
shit.
crap.
I can't fix that, so that's awesome. But he's gonna walk through.
Sometimes
This
you just
will
gotta
be
live
nice
with your
grayscale
mistakes.
Too, I think. I only have this pen, which is 0.3. It's a great pen, but if I want to do details on the face, it's very hard. Don't look too close.
Yeah, for small drawings or small parts of it, it can be just implied because your brain will figure that out and it will pull it in. So that is something. I want to make a manga now, and I'm probably gonna regret it the same way.
I got manga
But I'll do it
pen, but
digitally.
I'm not.
For sketching, I use this pen. It's so cheap and it's so good, and I love it. It's got some nice weight to it. 0.3, very good. You need an eraser, obviously.
I like Pentel.
Then I
pencils.
only use these 3. I probably
Copic?
could use one more.
Copic, Black. I personally like them. The Sakura ones, Micron pens. But I have used these Copic fine liners, and they're nice too.
0.03,
They're comparable.
0.3, 0.5. Super duper slim lines, my average lines, and my beefier lines. Then the king of this manga that probably saved this
The
entire
brush
project
ink pen.
is these pen. The ink is inside this, and this is soft. So basically, you squeeze out the ink by bending it. I don't know if you can see it, but you see it basically. What's great about this pen is that it's very cheap, and I don't have to dip ink all the time, and I can
I
draw
love brush
very
pens.
slim lines.
I gotta do more brush pen drawing.
And then you can progress, and then press harder, and then boom, you got thick lines.
I really like
Super versatile.
brush pens.
This thing saved my life. I love this pen so much. I've seen masters use this pen too, and it's just so cool and inspiring.
I want to do
love
more
this.
ink.
These are my goats, basically. Then of course
That's
I
a
use
good
the
supply.
leader toner, and then I use this 2 tools to cut it out, and this is to attach.
I would not want to do toner. I
That
would
pretty much
lose my
covers
freaking mind.
99%. Like, these are my goats. I need these.
So I'm out here, I'm inking, I'm splinking, I'm testing.
Got a
out-
nice setup for
I'm
drawing.
testing out. I redrew this one, and I think it turned out way better. so
Wow, I
I'm
love
happy.
that
And I
drawing.
realized I want
Great composition. Great composition. Let's break it down.
testing.
A better frame. Not that frame. I think that's the best I'm gonna get right there. I love the composition of it. The perspective's actually pretty good. It does feel like you are looking down. Wow, he's gotten really good at drawing. This cliffside looks sick. I really like it. You can kind of see like there's a little village down there. I like it.
So I'm
I think that's good. Is he gonna shade anymore? Maybe. Doesn't really need to, honestly. Maybe like shade some of the
happy.
mountains.
And I realized I want to be happy with what I'm making. I'm not gonna say like, oh, but it's just I'm a lot happier with this one. And I decided what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna half draw, half ink one, and just experiment, and then I'll ink that on top of that one properly.
Yeah, experimenting's good for figuring out what looks good, especially if you haven't done it before.
Like I'm drawing like this. Like, okay, imagine your paper.
I don't like this. Oh, I'm getting drawn on.
That's not fun. That's not fun for anyone. Like, I'm so scared of messing up that
Nope.
there's no creativity, there's no funness. So I'm just gonna draw twice and fuck up the first one on purpose, so that I maybe find something interesting about it. 'Cause
Yeah,
I think a lot of these in the
F it up
beginning
on purpose.
it's just boring and bland.
and something he could do if he wanted to do this traditionally is to print out. What I might do, thinking of an idea here, is to print out your sketches on your paper and then draw your different compositions on it. Or not compositions, but ink it or color it the way he wants it.
I did this challenge for myself because I wanted to get back
Multiple.
into drawing. I honestly had kind of
On multiple spots so he doesn't have to re-sketch it out. He can just draw over the printed.
fallen off a little bit.
I'm keeping the Bible next to me as I'm drawing, and I'm just like, holy fuck, dude.
What manga
this
is
is
that?
so sick. I'll never be that good. This is my favorite manga. Tsutomu Nihei wrote it. And I read it as a teenager, or like young 20s, and it blew my mind. And then recently, when I started to practice drawing, I was looking up different mangas to copy and draw just for fun. And I found this one called Ningyo no Kuni. And I was like, oh,
I like that. art style.
I love the style of this one. Like, the style is so sick. It was in Japanese, so I didn't really read it. I just drew it. And then I realized, oh, it's Tsutomu Nihei, but he just reinvented his
Oh, wow.
style. How insane is that? Even though his style is...
Blame or blam?
I had no
I
idea.
gotta look at more
zero
manga
bias.
art.
That is so crazy to me. This whole thing is so inspired by his style. Like, I just love it. I think he's like my biggest inspiration with this manga. Maybe not the story, but the elements of the story too, actually, or the storytelling, rather. So if you haven't checked out his work, I recommend it.
Why did I think this was a good idea? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, stop, 7, 8, and I want to redo at least 3. And I haven't post-processed 95% of them. My last video was so intense. Releasing Odysseus,
Yeah.
It was supposed to be like an in-between video, so I have time to work on this video. It was not an in-between video at all. It sucked everything out of me, and I have to be sucked again. But I do it all to myself. But it's finished. I thought it'd be funny that this scene comes back, because the hunter leaves and the boy is kind of left like, eh? And then the hunter's gonna have the same emotion. But like, drawing this fucking thing 6 times is not, it's why did I have to get so many details in there? I have not used my brain whatsoever. I probably redrawn this the most out of all, and I don't even like it. But here we are. Isn't that great? Some are coming in quite nice though.
Those tigers look insane. Holy crap. Dang. I don't think I could draw a tiger like that very well. Holy crap. He's just like leveling up. Going up and up and up in his skills. Dang.
That's kind of cool.
That's so good. Holy crap.
I bet you're wondering what the hell this story's about. Well, just wait and see. I'm hoping, like, my bad framing, someone will see it and be like, yes, he let the lines flow downwards towards the end, and not because he's lazy and he fucked up and doesn't want to redo this. I don't even want to draw a frame to begin with. Why did I have to do it on hand? Huh? I don't have a proper stupid ruler. Your best. It's like a coping mechanism that I do, so I can look back at it and say, actually, I didn't try my hardest, so that's why it turned out shit. I am aware of it, and I'm feeling it, so I hope I can break through, basically, is what I'm saying.
You kind of have to not worry if it's going to come out shit.
I am starting to feel hope. I have so many pages now. Ah, that one's not finished. And these are not post-processed or whatever, I don't know what to call it. It's going to be a story. I see it now. As long as I don't look at anyone else's work, I feel pretty good about it. I hate this fucking page. I redrew it so many times.
Yeah, that
Stupid
looks like a
idiot
tough one.
Horses. I have to draw 3 horses. Try and draw 1 horse, okay? They suck. I redrew this one as well. I feel like it was worth it.
Should
This
drew
one was
them all
actually
tigers.
It's quite moody. I will show you the entire manga now, but I actually have more work to do because I want to add more gradients and shit like that, because I think it adds a lot of depth. Focus, smokers, hocus pocus.
Hocus
The manga
pocus,
is
hocus
done.
pocus.
It took me 3 months instead of 1.
It's done. Alright, this is kind of where most of my reactions are going to be. I don't know how much of the first half I'm going to use, but I'm going to try and, like, look at it and see what I can see. He's doing really good. I'm impressed.
But it is done. To be fair, the projects became 3 times as long, so I think I did okay. I have this idea that I cannot do a manga. Okay, I have to draw for at least 6 years. I have to be a master at all these different elements.
It's only been like 2
Then
years.
I can draw manga. It's kind of like
Year
a
and a
sushi
half.
chef, right? Like he only gets to wash rice for the first 10 years. I don't know how. I also heard analogies like you shouldn't do hard things because if you go to the gym and you try and lift the heaviest weight, it's not gonna work. Okay, you need to work.
Something about with these projects, I just want to, like, before he gets to continue with his idea, sometimes these big projects, like when I was doing the daily videos of May, I didn't grow my channel a lot, but I got better at speaking and doing stuff, but I broke it down into like smaller daily things. And really, I think it comes down to the smaller task that you do, not like like big tasks broken up into smaller things. Like you kind of had the idea of how much you wanted to do. Maybe for me, I would be like, all right, I'm going to get 1 or 2 pages done in a day and then move on.
Work your way up. I don't do that. If you want to do a gym analogy, yeah, you go to the gym, you lift the heaviest weight, you're gonna know that doesn't work immediately, okay? That's great feedback. You need to try things in order to learn. You need to fail in order to learn.
Perfect saying.
And again, I am Mr. Failure, okay? I fail constantly. I learned more from this 3 months of drawing than probably an entire year of drawing, because it forced me to challenge myself in doing different things I don't want to do and realizing my flaws and weaknesses and learning from it. Because I think you have these ideas that you...
This guy is like, he's perfect to watch for beginners. Watch his art videos for beginners. That's all you need to do. It's just copy PewDiePie. He's figured out how to do it.
You can't do certain things, like you have to do this first, but I feel like what's just try it. Worst case, you fail, right? I would actually consider
Exactly
this
what
manga a failure.
Exactly what I'm doing with this reaction video.
There's just too much mistakes, there's too many things I messed up. I would not publish this manga, but regardless, I did it. And I can look at it and still be kind of proud of it.
I think he should put it in like a free document somewhere for people to download.
But without further ado, I want to show you guys the manga.
Okay.
Oh, it looks, I love the cover. I think it looks so good. Wow. I'm excited to watch this. And I'm just going to react to what he's made, what he's drawn. And I think he's done a good job. And he's highlighted some really good points about you can try hard things. If you try hard things and you can't do it, you'll be like, okay, maybe this was too much. And it lets you calibrate on what you're capable of. But sometimes I agree, you can try something and it's really hard and you burn out and don't want to try again. That's why I like going back to trying to find like a minimum like viable project to do. So like maybe just a finished drawing for a week, and it doesn't have to be colored. It could just be black and white.
Here we go. Feel free to mute me, but I will.
Great use of values and composition.
Oh yeah, inevitably. I'm a YouTuber. So title, Gao. I realize now it says cow.
Cow.
Gao.
Gao.
We didn't make it
It
far,
says
did we?
cow.
All right, here's the first shot.
Oh my
I
gosh,
imagine this like
sweet.
anime, super high wind, ambience, like
Breath of the Wild shot.
you get the whole landscape, and then you kind of go into the boy,
So
and
good.
it zooms in, and then it gets quiet, like everything gets quiet for a second. Then we start
Oh, I
walking.
love these landscapes. I like these. He did a good job with these. I like the composition, like the upper right corner. Like, I mean, he's gonna go through and explain it, but he's in a different shade each one. It's different from. It has good contrast, which is a great compositional tool. Like the upper left one, the boy character is kind of just white with his gray background, and the next one he's black with a white background, and then back to gray with a white background. So he's like playing around with different composition and just using the great way to like emphasize the character.
I made a mistake here where initially I wanted to read this way, but I think it's gonna read this way. So I'm just gonna do that, even though
I think
technically
I think it works either way.
these should swap places. So yeah, he's walking. We get some epic scenery.
That's a good looking hand.
He doesn't have a face, don't worry about it. So he's
Yeah, not having a face in that shot's probably fine.
climbing up. He's looking at
It's supposed to be based on Bjorn.
something, some nice view. Again, these should swap places. This should be the last thing you read on this. Anyway,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and then you get the full spread.
Oh, I
double-
love this. We're just looking down into this valley Very good composition. Like, he's doing great with the compositions.
Looney. It was gonna be, so I imagine it like a 2-pager, you know? It was cooler in my head, but I do think, I think the toning kind of messed me up a little bit.
I think it looks sick.
More walking. We get to see the
What is he drawing? Lord of the Rings?
main character more clearly for the first time. Maybe it wasn't obvious that he was a boy until now. I don't know actually. And we see that he's approaching the city. Still not at the city, but he's down from the mountains. And this is the page, if you remember, that I said I was going to redraw. I'm not doing that. It's not
I think it looks
happening.
good,
It does serve
honestly.
some purpose, but I probably could cut this.
It could be cleaned up a little bit or redone, but I think
Actually,
the watercolor does add, or that splotchiness to it, gives it that texture of feeling like you're in the water. And the foot in the water looks real good.
It still looks okay. He's walking up to the walls, the city walls. He should be more wet here, I think, but what can you do? I do really
Yeah, to make him more wet, probably just draw him darker. Color him darker.
like the contrast here of the bright and dark coming in. I think that turned out really nice.
I swear I've seen that framing on something
Like the
before.
contrast.
I've seen framing like this before. Like, he probably got that out of something that he saw before, but doesn't really, like, subconsciously just remembers
Of
it.
the bright and dark coming in. I think that turned out really nice. This is the inside the city. I redrew this a lot of times, and I'm very happy I did because I feel like I'm there with the boy looking at this.
Yeah, that perspective nails it.
Like this looks
I like how simple he kept the buildings too.
nice. Let's see the hooves. Some riders are riding in, and we get a quick shot of the boy. Kind of wish this page was like this, to be honest.
I think that looks so good.
It's like I feel like this was so unnecessary.
Yeah, the bottom part, he probably didn't need it.
And the first introduction to our antagonist, I redrew this like 4 times. It looks like a girl every time, but then I'm like, it doesn't matter. It can look like a girl. It doesn't matter. The antagonist is looking down on the boy. They're having this sort of moment, meeting eye to eye, or blank face to blank face. I try to redraw the face, and then I use this like thing that I can't draw on, so it's faceless. The rider rides off. You're sort of supposed to see something happening behind the boy as he's sort of looking after turning his way, and we see the paw. Our other
I kind of see
character.
the eyes there. I kind of see that. I mean, I guess it could be done a little bit. It would probably struggle for him in this one, but
Shows himself for the first time, or herself.
it looks so good. You could make that into a poster.
Go! Surprise! It's a tiger. So the tiger doing something. The boy is looking at it.
The boy's just not impressed by it.
We're moving on, and then chung, ka-chung. The hunter is back, looking like a male this time. Nailed it. Throws his spear at the tiger. Tiger's
With
like,
that masculine jaw.
Martha's like, the tiger looks weirdly sexy. I'm like, it's not supposed to look sexy. Supposed to look angry and pissed off. So tiger is supposed to take off. Boy's looking like, okay. Grabs on to tiger. On top of tiger. Tiger be like, bruh.
The
Again,
music
up on
he's
the
adding.
tiger.
Tiger looks so good.
Tiger takes off. Dong! Running through the city
I was
walls.
Okay, I was trying to draw a cat the other day, and I was really struggling.
It's very cute, actually. Maybe I don't hate this manga. I quite like this. And then we have the same as before, but this time it's the hunter that is sort of frozen. And he goes, egg?
What?
But yeah, not a second tiger is gonna come out. Spoilers. They leave the same gate, if you remember, and then they run down the same way, if you remember, and then again, white-faced boy, because I messed it up. But they're running across the fields. You get the point. And then we're back at the lake. Tiger gets an idea, jumps in the lake. The idea was that Tiger gets the idea to shake off the boy, basically. But they're both having a good time. So the tiger's noticing that the boy is actually enjoying himself. I'm explaining the story here, but whatever.
It's okay.
So he gets another idea to make epic jump. Wish I had a sound effect here or something like ka-dong, pa-chong. I guess we have the do. And then we get this epic shot
I like
in the
the use
sky.
of the paper.
Go! If you grew up in Sweden same year as me, then maybe you know this reference or why. But Anyway, boy is like, whoa, tiger lands, have this epic moonshot. I envisioned this so early. It's kind of funny.
That's a good. That
seeing
would be
it
the,
now.
honestly a good
I was
cover.
like, it's gonna be cool with the tiger. It's in front of the moon. Everyone loves that. But yeah, it's heading back, and we see that it's darker now, and they're both just happy.
Making
We're
me
back
wanna
at
do
the
some
river
inking.
for the third time for a little resty. Tiger is tired now after a long night. Boy gets to enjoy just having a moment, a quiet moment, stroking the fur, and then is that a page turner or what? Hunter back.
Wow, it's still going. Holy crap!
We see that the hunter is back. Tiger has been pierced.
Oh no!
Hunter goes in for the kill.
Why should I be laughing at this? This is terrible. Hunter goes in for the kill, and then I'm laughing because he just got silent at it. It's like, it's terrible. Why is this part of the story? What the hell? Why does it go silent there? It's so wrong. Why didn't he draw the stripes on it that time? Oh, because the stripes drained out of it. Is that what he's trying to get at? The boy's alone again. Kind of cryptic at the end.
That's the story.
What's on his back? Is it a little kitten? Is it a baby kitty? Or is the cat reborn? Is it a little black kitty on his shoulder?
Bruh, what just happened? I've just been working too much and I'm tired. That's the story. I hope you guys
Insane.
enjoyed it. It was a really fun project. I'm glad it's over. The last thing, when I did my anime tour, I got criticism on my art by a professional, and their feedback was, you finished your drawing, so that's good. And I laughed, and I was like, that's not feedback, that's just something. But actually, I am super proud that I actually finished this project. It is an
For
amateur's
sure.
attempt at making a manga. It has so many issues.
I like
mistakes
it.
and quirks and weird and too much similarities
Honestly.
to my idols and all this stuff. But I'm still proud of myself for finishing it. You
I
know,
would
I'm
buy
trying
it.
to think positive here. A positive end of this. Hope you guys enjoyed it. In the next one.
Okay, that wasn't... I don't know if I really added much to that reaction video. But if I'm just going to do like just a quick synopsis, recap on it, I think there's a lot to be learned from what he did here. I think it's cool that he got professional feedback. And I do want to touch on that real quick. Is good that he finished his work. It's good to finish your projects and finish your drawings. And I think that's important. That's something I need to do with myself more, is finish stuff more. But anyways, back to the PewDiePie reaction. And we're just going to go back through it real quick. Props for him to doing it all traditionally. Like, I don't think he used digital at all. That's not... I would use digital, but the ink is just... there's something about drawing with ink that is very satisfying. And it makes me want to make my own little story as well. Even if I just do a storyboard, I think what I would do is maybe make a storyboard, work through it, and see if I like the story, and then decide if I want to. It makes me want to maybe try doing some storyboards. If at least maybe not make a whole manga, because that just sounds crazy to me. But maybe I will try it. We'll see. This is kind of more me getting inspired. And I've been needing some inspiration lately, so I'm really glad that he made this video. So the process, there's some of that in here, which is most of the video, is the ups and downs, the pain points. So like, I don't know if I can do this. Maybe I didn't even care anyways. And it's kind of a coping mechanism that he talked about. Like, if it comes out bad, it's like, I didn't care about it anyways. It's like the coping mechanism. Honestly, I think all that matters is that he finished it and made a story that made sense pretty much you could understand everything that happens. So he did a great job with that. Point I wanted to make. He kind of realized that art styles change over time with the same artist. What is his name?
I did this challenge for myself because I wanted to get back into drawing. I honestly had
My favorite manga.
He wanted to get back into drawing. Did he ever not? Did he stop drawing?
Nihei wrote it.
Nihei.
Dude, this is so
I might have to just go
sick.
pick up one of his books to look at. I can see similarities in the art style a little bit. It's evolved over time. Your preferences change. You draw things a little different way. But I do like his art style. Looks really good. And interesting. And another thing that he did that I liked was he experimented and redrew the scene multiple times until he got kind of the colors and composition that he liked. It's just in grayscale, but still there's a lot of variety you can do with different tones. These tiger drawings are very good. I'm impressed by how well he did this. Drew these tigers. Probably redrew them a lot. And by doing a bunch of like a collection of drawings for like a manga or a story, it really gets you like making a bunch of different things. You learn a lot faster by trying different stuff. And simplicity is really good too. And I really like this page. Like, I know he's really hard on himself, but it's different and it emphasizes that there's something different here. And water tends to be darker than the grass in the sky, and it emphasizes that he has to cross this. And I think that's a good, really good storytelling because it's showing, okay, there's this river, that tree is in this scene, he's at the edge of it, decides to cross, splash, see him moving through it. Oh yeah, I think he meant to have these.
I said I was gonna redraw. I'm not doing that. It's not happening. It does serve some purpose, but I probably could cut this actually. It still looks okay. This is the inside the city. I redrew this a lot of times.
There's a little tangent here that's not great because you're just looking at the head and the side of the wall. Some overlap here that maybe was just like a slight mistake. That's the only thing that I would fix here.
And I'm very happy I did because I feel like I'm there.
But the perspective, I will say the perspective is nice. But it does, the perspective's good here. Pulls you in
looking at this.
to the
Like,
scene.
this looks...
I like some of these big shots that he does. I think he should make some posters with these. He doesn't have to publish the thing, but posters. If he sells some posters.
Surprise!
Oh, I would buy some of these posters. I think they would be so cool. And also a cool thing about the... I'm yapping and rambling all over the place here. Is the storyboarding gets you to experiment and play with different compositions.
It gets the idea to shake off the boy.
So here, I like these are different compositions, but they all kind of tell the same thing. He could have just done one and moved on, but... And he talked about how they could be swapped to tell the story a little bit better. Because it makes sense because you're zooming into the scene and adding more detail. But even here, like, he learned, like, different compositions that kind of basically say the same thing.
Then we start walking.
Which is cool about the, for storytelling, just doing the same thing but changing up the composition can just really add to pulling you into the world and the environment as well. I like this one. This one would make a good, like, poster, maybe.
It was going to be... So I imagine it like a 2-pager, you know? It was cooler in my head, but I do think... I think the toning kind of messed me up a little bit.
Yeah, the toning maybe did mess him up a little bit because it could be a bit darker. But overall, I like it. I like then it goes back to this really high contrast in the foreground to really emphasize how close it is and how grayed out the background is. I love the mountains. I'm just a sucker for mountains anyways.
Walking. Still not at the city, but he's down from the mountain.
Alright, let's kind of go.
Having a good time.
And it had a sad ending to it. That made me feel kind of sad. The way it was edited, it was like, and then the tiger gets pierced, and then he just goes silent. I mean, it's sad, but the way he presented it made me laugh, and that feels so wrong for doing that.
Hunter goes in for the kill.
It's sad. Why is that funny to me? It shouldn't be funny. It should be sad music. But it looks like the dark lines drained out of it. I want to explain what I'm seeing here. I noticed, like, why is there no lines on it? And I see these lines here. I'm like, oh. It took me 2 times to look at that too. Then in the end, he climbs up, and then at the end, it shows a reveal of like a little black cat on his shoulder. Like maybe the tiger was like reborn as like a tiny one that climbed up on him. I'm not really sure what's going on with the sphere or moon. It's interesting, but I'm not. I think it's just a callback to the moon from earlier. And I like the little kitty. It's basically just half the tiger was reborn or something. It's up to interpretation. So I think the lines drained out into the small cat. So I think that was kind of, it was sad, but it kind of brought it together to make it not so sad at the end. So overall, if I was to give this a rating, indie manga, I'll give it thumbs up. Good job. And I think it's really cool to see him do that. And he's only been doing like art for like a year and a half, I think, maybe a little bit more. And this was to get him back into it. So all that time he spent a year drawing, I don't know how much he did after that, but the skills that he collected, he kind of sequestered or remembered them because he did enough of them for a period of time. And then he came back and he's like, I wanted to get back on drawing, so here's a big project. And I think big projects are great to do, but if I'm trying to do this to get back into drawing, I don't think I would do that. I think I would do like a daily, like drawing to get back into it. Like small, maybe even like get a drawing in for a week and then get back into drawing and slowly increase the increments between it. Because I kind of fell out of it after my big project last month. If you want to check that out, you can go watch those here. But Pewdiepie is a big inspiration to me, and I like seeing him do these projects. I'm still happy he's making YouTube videos, and I just am cool. It's really cool to see what he's doing and inspiring to show that you don't really need to spend years and years to be able to make a small project like this. And maybe for other people, it might take you a little faster or take you a little longer. It just, I don't know, it's cool. Anyways, and I will see you guys when I see you guys. And until next time, Dardagon out.